Hey loves, hey, it's your girl Shay Cunningham, also known as Slay by Shay, and your favorite style and image coach. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, you should know that this channel is all about the busy professional woman and the seasoned mature woman who likes to sip that style and image tea, hunty. Yes, talking all about transform, elevate, and attract. And today we're talking about elevation. Yes, how do we elevate, take our style and our image to the next level? Well, I'll tell you what, it's not what you probably thought, but it's all about right now during the season, gifting yourself. Yeah, I know that that's counterintuitive to what is on your mind right now. I know you're thinking, I still have an unfinished gift buying list. I have 2, 3, maybe 4 events still coming up that I have no idea what I'm going to wear. And you're still trying to figure out who's going to cook what, who's going to bring what, and all of the other things that are with this time of the year. But I'm going to encourage you to just take one step back and gift yourself with impeccable style for the new year. Right now is the time for the strategy. And my gift to you, which you will be gifting yourself, are Slay by Shay's 5 tips to upgrading your style for the new year. So if you are committed to making sure that you gift yourself and you don't get lost in the sauce during the holiday season and you kick off 2025 looking and feeling your best beautiful, then stay tuned. Hey sis, so listen, before we dive feet first into these 5 tips for upgrading your style for the new year, I want to talk a little bit about why it's so important to be focused on upgrading your style for the new year and just upgrading your style in general. First of all, I love to use the analogy of muscles and style development. There are a lot of parallels between what it takes to build strong muscles and what it takes to build a strong personal style. Now, the 3 similarities that I'm going to stress about building strong muscle and building great personal style are oxygen, flex, and rest. So starting with oxygen, as we know, the muscle needs oxygen to recover and to grow. And likewise with creating and sustaining great personal style, you need to breathe some inspiration into what it is that excites you and brings you joy in your personal style. The second thing being flex. Yeah, when you flex that muscle, you are literally challenging your muscles to grow by way of experimenting and stretching the boundaries, which again, in personal style development, you're doing the same thing by trying and experimenting, stepping out of your comfort zone, doing and trying new things. That is going to help you stretch that style muscle. The last thing is rest. And this is super important. I think even us fitness enthusiasts, people who know that rest is important, it's hard to stop, especially when you're starting to see results. You just want to push. And it's similar to when you're building your personal style aesthetic. I know sometimes once we see something that we like, we want to go all in. We want to step knee deep into the quest of slaying all day. I can appreciate that more than most, trust me. However, as my business coach used to say, however, great style does require a moment for you to step back, reassess your situation, because things may have changed for you. Your body may have changed, your lifestyle may have changed, where you're going, who you're seeing, the rooms and spaces and places that you're in. All of that evolves over time. So sometimes just resting and taking a step back to look at where you are and look at where you're going will give you just the space that you need to hit it hard the next day, right? So there are the three main similarities of building a great personal style. Now that I've got that splaining out of the way, we can be focused on exactly what tips I have for you to actually upgrade your style for the new year. Let's get into it. Tip number one is for you to assess your current wardrobe. This is critically important because we can't get to the business of upgrading anything unless we know where we are. So it's super important for you to take a fine-tooth comb through your existing wardrobe so that you can, number one, declutter the crap, right? Get the stuff out of there that is not serving you so that you can actually see what has potential in your wardrobe. The second reason you want to assess your current wardrobe is because those things that remain in your closet that you're not wearing, that you're not using, they can be what are considered confidence busters, not boosters, but busters. Those confidence busters are the things that deplete us emotionally and mentally when we see them over and over and over again in our wardrobe. Now, let's talk about how you go about this business of using the proper filters to keep what will serve you and release the things that won't serve you. I have 5 specific questions that you should ask yourself about every piece in your wardrobe to assess it. The first question is, does it fit? And you probably heard me talk about this. I'm going to actually be attaching a video that I spent time kind of walking through these 5 steps when I purged my closet earlier in the fall season. But the first thing is you want to make sure that if it's in your wardrobe, you can actually fit it. If it's too small or if it's too big, then it's not serving you. Whether you feel like in 6 months you're going to be there or not, it doesn't matter. It's not serving you today. And so therefore, it should be in that donation pile or in that resale or consignment pile because it's not serving you in today's instance. The second thing that you want to assess is it outdated? Is it something that perhaps you bought 10 years ago, 5 years ago, Lord forbid, more than 10 years ago, and you just know that it's not in the category of a classic staple piece, but rather it's just a piece that you just haven't taken the time or the energy or dealt with the sentimental value of the item to release it. This is the time. This is a crucial part of upgrading your style, to remove that from your wardrobe because it is no longer serving you. The third thing that you want to ask about an item in your wardrobe is, do I love it? You need to love, and I've talked about this in previous video, love, 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 love. You need to be hearting the things in your wardrobe. If you don't love it, if you can't imagine your wardrobe without it for the next 6 months to a year, then it's not serving you. It's not serving you, sis, in the best possible way. If it's not serving that best, beautiful energy, it's not serving where you're going, it's not serving that elevation to the spaces and places that you're headed to, it's gotta go. It's a wrap, okay? The fourth question you want to ask about an item in your wardrobe is it in good condition? Or can it be salvaged in some way? When I say is it in good condition, I'm talking, is it faded? Has it lost its shape? Does it have peel balls all over it? Like what's the situation here, right? If it is something that you can have either tailored or edited, or it could just be that you just need like one of those lint ball shavers or something like that, hold on to it. Right? Hold on to it. Do whatever editing you need to do. Keep it for 6 months and see if you wear it. If you don't wear it within that 6 months, then it's time to let it go, because that then leads me to the fifth question you want to ask yourself, and that is, have I worn it in the past year? If you haven't worn it in the past year, you're probably not going to wear it, sis, right? Because there's something off about it. It could be the color and you just not be aware because you don't know what your colors are, okay? It could be that it's just simply not your style. Maybe you've gotten to the point where you're a little bit more keenly in tune with your style aesthetic and it just doesn't fit who you are and where you're going. Whatever the case may be, it's hanging in that closet for years on end because you're not feeling it. And so if you're not feeling it, then it has not earned that precious real estate in your wardrobe. So it should be released. Now, to close out this first tip of assessing your wardrobe, I would recommend that you take the pieces that you have decided to dispose of and you either donate them, or you can resell them online or go to a local consignment shop, or you could do a swap party with your friends and family. What is a swap party? It's basically where you all bring your things that are gently used and gently loved, and you swap out items. Maybe auntie got that handbag that you've been wanting for I don't know how long. She's worn it for 2 years and she's moved on to something else, but it can be a treasure for you. Maybe you have a trench coat that no longer fits. It's not wrapping the way you want it to wrap or lapping the way you want it to lap, and a cousin or a good friend of yours can make really great use of it. Whatever the case may be, it can be a really fun way of disposing of items that no longer serve you well, but can serve the next person. Tip number 2 is to prioritize timeless wardrobe essentials. Now, a couple of months ago, I did a video titled 5 Style Mistakes That Are Holding You Back. In that, I talked about what I consider wardrobe essentials, pieces that every boss babe should have in her wardrobe to have a fully functional, versatile, and stylish wardrobe. The reason having these pieces are really important is because I believe that every outfit starts with a great classic staple piece. First thing that these pieces should be in terms of qualities are timelessness. If that's a word, I don't know if timelessness is a word, but I'm making it a word for these purposes. But they should be timeless. They should be pieces that have great construction, great lines, clean lines, and that can't be dated by the cut and the style of them. So the truth is, timeless pieces can be the start of an amazing outfit. In my opinion, they provide a classic anchor that provides sophistication and elegance to every look. And I get this question sometimes from people who say, how do you nail that chic thing every time, right? And a part of it is because of that juxtaposition of classic, timeless pieces with statement pieces. So again, just as a point of reference, you can start any outfit off with things like a well-fitted blazer or some quality slacks or quality denim. Again, these are basic things in classic styles and cuts that can last you for years, even decades. I have some timeless pieces, hint, timeless, that I've had for 10 to 15 years, and they still look as fresh and modern as they did when I originally bought them. So we're also talking about that classic white shirt, those everyday handbags and captivating LBDs, little black dresses. These are all staples, things that should be in nice, simple, classic cuts so that they can last you for years to come. And we cannot forget the all popular, but often mistaken your nude pump, right? So I talked about this also in that previous video, where it's super important to make sure that your nude pump is actually your nude, that it's not my nude on your melanin. It is the proper nude shade for your complexion. What I'm going to do is pin to the top of my comments my Wardrobe Essentials digital catalog, so that you can see exactly what types of pieces I'm talking about in terms of essentials and timeless pieces. So happy shopping, and you're welcome. Now on to tip number 3, incorporating current trends. So why is this important? Well, this is a delicate balance, in my opinion, because I feel like sometimes as busy professional women that love to look good and present well, we either get on one end of the spectrum or the other. Either we go all classic or nothing, or we go all in on trend. And I want to convince you that you need to have a healthy blend of the two. So I want to talk to you about how you can incorporate current trends into your already existing wardrobe and still maintain that beautiful balance of elegance and chic sophistication. Because we know that trends can truly refresh and energize an outfit, it's easy to get caught up in the glam and the glitz of trends, whereas it can also be super intimidating for those of us that do not have the time or the energy to keep up with what's hot and what's not. So I'm going to just share with you quickly a couple of the trends that I see already taking off for the winter, going into the next season and going into the next year, and talk to you about how you can determine how you want to upgrade your wardrobe by incorporating some of these current trends. The first trend that I'm seeing that is no secret to any of us, it's been the trend since COVID, is comfort and functionality. We are absolutely looking for the pieces that bring us comfort and style in an effortless way. We're seeing this in athleisure, we're seeing this in loungewear, and we're seeing it in pieces that would otherwise be considered conservative pieces in materials that are otherwise more comfortable or leisurely. In the style and fashion industry, we see this continuing for some time now, because we know that people are definitely prioritizing practicality over picture perfect. The second thing we're seeing is casual elegance. So again, similar to the comfort and functionality, we are looking for ways to show up casually, comfortable, but also with elegance and refinement. So you're going to see a lot of mixing of classic and sophisticated pieces with a more relaxed and playful tone. For both of these trends that we're seeing, specifically, I am really seeing a lot of sets. People are going for jogger sets, for cardigan sets, for things that, again, lend that comfort and relaxed feel and vibe, but also still polished. So we're seeing a lot of differences in terms of if it's a traditionally classic piece, we're seeing it in more comfortable casual fabrics, or if it's a more casual and comfortable piece traditionally, we're seeing it elevated with more refined materials and textiles. The third thing that we're seeing in terms of trends are bold patterns and colors. So even in the winter, we're seeing boldness that would be probably more congruent with spring and summer. We're seeing people really go all out with bold colors and patterns in the winter time as well. So you're going to see more of that in puffer jackets, in trench coats, in shoes, and accessories all the way around. And then lastly, and of course this has been a trend for some time now, gender neutral or androgynous style vibes. You're going to see a lot of continuation of that, what's called unisex clothing. So you're going to see trousers, oversized jackets, things that are non-gender specific that people are wearing in a very casual, cool way. Now, if you are feeling some of these trends, and of course they're not all of the trends, child, there's tons of trends, but these are the ones that I feel like most of us have already seen and just are probably more risk adverse of trying because we've seen it for a while. So I'm going to tell you about how you can incorporate some of these trends into your existing wardrobe. The first thing that you could do is pair a more trendy piece with your classic pieces, right? So maybe you have a tried and true pair of quality denim and you pop on a menswear blazer or sweater or sweatshirt. You could also add combat boots or Chelsea boots to a sweater dress set or something like that. Again, creating that juxtaposition of feminine and masculine together. You can do this by mixing and matching it with some classic versatile statement pieces that you already have on hand. Another way, and we haven't really talked about accessories as it relates to trends, but accessories can be a great way to incorporate trends without doing a whole wardrobe overhaul, because who's got time and money for that? So if you find that certain textiles or certain prints are really raging in the season and you want to try them, maybe do them in a handbag, a pair of shoes, a headband, some earrings. Do them in different ways to where you can kind of dip your toe into the trend instead of jumping all the way in. Now, my fourth tip is one of my favorites, and you're always going to hear me talk about it because it is definitely my go-to to making sure that I'm always ready and not getting ready, and that is building a capsule wardrobe. Yes, so I've talked about this several times, but just to remind you, a capsule wardrobe is when you take multiple pieces, a small collection of items from your wardrobe that are meant to or designed to be mixed and matched. Now, there's a little finesse to this, right? Because you can't have a collection of clothing that are designed to be mixed and matched if you don't have some sort of scheme to it. So you do have to make sure that you have some neutral colors in there, and you do have to make sure that if you do incorporate pieces with colors or patterns, that there is some harmonious thread between all of them. So let's say you have 20 pieces in your capsule wardrobe and you do decide to incorporate color and a print. Let's say that color is mustard yellow. Let's say that print is animal print. Then I would say for the other pieces that you decide to bring into this capsule wardrobe, that you have a little bit of mustard yellow and animal print for color, texture, and print. Why is building a capsule wardrobe something that you should consider when you want to upgrade your style? Well, because it's going to allow you to get dressed faster. You're not going to feel like you have to go sifting through your entire wardrobe every time you need to go somewhere. You can go to your winter capsule wardrobe and see, okay, let me start with a basic piece, which could be a simple blazer or cardigan, and then you can say, okay, where's my statement piece? Oh, there it is. It's an animal print trench coat, and let me build out my accessories, because everything that's in this capsule wardrobe is meant to and built to mix and match. Boom, you're dressed in 3 to 5 minutes versus 20 to 25 minutes, and you didn't have to go surfing and searching through your entire wardrobe, standing there in the days. I am so sold on capsule wardrobes and their effectiveness in style development that I have actually created what's called the Slay Boss Capsule Wardrobe Starter as a part of one of my main featured offers for my clients. That's how much I believe in capsule wardrobes. The fifth and final tip for you today is explore investment pieces. Yes, hunty, we can't talk about upgrading your style without upgrading some of those pieces in your wardrobe. First off, what are investment pieces? They are the high quality pieces in your wardrobe that are timeless and versatile. And they're called investments because that's what they are. They are high value, high quality, higher price. Okay. So sis, let's have a real conversation. The benefit of investment pieces is that you will acquire higher quality items, yes, for a higher price, but you will get more use out of it and it will last you much longer because of the quality of the item. Now, I can't have the conversation about investment pieces without also having a conversation about CPW, which is cost per wear, which basically means that if I pay $100 for an item and I wear it or use it 5 times, then the cost per wear on that item is $20. Whereas if I buy an item for $100 and I only wear it once, then the cost per wear is $100. So you see here that when you spend more money and have higher quality of items, you can wear them more times and you will incur a lower and lower CPW, which is the whole goal. Some key smart investments that I would always recommend to you and anyone that I work with on their style and image are things such as a cashmere sweater. They're amazing in the fall and winter time. They're nice and cozy, and they do have that luxe appeal to them. You may also want to invest in a designer handbag or designer eyewear. Some people choose to purchase investment pieces in the area of shoes, great leather shoes, whether they are boots, booties, heels, pumps, things that you're going to wear on a regular basis that you need to get the most possible bang for your buck because you've made that kind of investment. The other thing I would always recommend as an investment piece is a leather and maybe even designer belt. I love great belts, classic, clean belts that can be worn over dresses, over jumpsuits, in designer jeans. They just look amazing and put that extra little flair of elegance and sophistication on the look. Now, when it comes to actually purchasing investment pieces, you have a lot of options, sis. You don't have to go out and always purchase full price. There are so many online resale shops now. You have Real, and there's, I don't know, 2 or 3 others that are really well known and well respected in the fashion and style industry. You also have places like Poshmark, ThreadUp, eBay, lots of different places where you can purchase investment pieces at a fraction of the cost, but they are pre-owned or pre-loved and authenticated. Many of them will authenticate the designer pieces. Another thing that you could do is go to your local consignment. And I found that if you go to some of the more affluent areas, to those consignment shops, you can get some really amazing finds. And then also thrift shops or vintage shops can be a gold mine. I found some amazing quality pieces because yes, back in the day, there was a lot more craftsmanship and care and appreciation for great quality fabrics. And so you're going to get a lot better product as it relates to, like I said, craftsmanship and construction. Other thing you could do is swap with friends or family. Perhaps they have had a particular piece, whether it be a handbag or a hat or a jacket or even a pair of shoes, that they're like, you know what, I wore these enough times, but they're still great, and I would love to trade you for your X, right? And you guys can swap investment pieces as well. So that's a great way to come up, add a little bit of newness in can upgrade to your wardrobe without spending a penny. And also, you can plan around seasonal sales. Right now, during the holidays, is a great time to find high quality pieces, investment pieces on sale. This would be the time to be looking around for some of those things that you've had your eye on, or that you've maybe told yourself, I can't afford that, or I'm gonna have to save up for that, and see where it's at, how it's priced, and if it's on a sale right now. Last thing I would recommend if you are looking to get into investment pieces is to budget for it. Budget for it for the year. I budget for investment pieces on a quarterly basis. Every quarter I set an amount that I'm going to spend on 1 or 2 investment pieces. And oh, I didn't mention another place that you can go for great pricing on high quality investment pieces are outlets. Outlets are amazing. Earlier this year, I found a lot of great pieces at Tory Burch, which I don't consider Tory Burch as like high investment, but it is that mid-tier level of an investment piece. Some of those pieces can get pretty pricey, and outlets do help with the pocketbook, child, okay? So there you have it, sis. We have talked about my 5 tips for upgrading your style for the new year. Who knew we would be talking about the new year this soon? But I think it's important to have your strategy together now while you can focus a little bit. So I talked about assessing your current wardrobe, knowing what you already have, what serves you and what doesn't serve you. We talked about timeless wardrobe essentials and identifying if you have gaps in that category so that can be your focus for next year. We talked about how to incorporate current trends, what's hot right now, pulling that into your wardrobe to make it more exciting, more fun, more fresh, more new. And then the capsule wardrobe, building a capsule wardrobe so that you can get dressed effortlessly in minimal time. And lastly, looking into adding investment pieces into your wardrobe so that you can be showing up as that top tier boss babe that you are. Now sis, do you have to jump into all 5 of these tips right now? No, you don't. I just wanted to give you a couple of things to really think about and focus on for as we go into the new year. You can take baby steps. You can start with 1 or 2 of the tips and just make that your goal. And speaking of goal, I just released in my last Style Standard e-newsletter a mini course all about how to set goals for your style for the new year. I will also put a link in the description so that you can subscribe to my monthly newsletter called the Style Standard. Every month I share different tips and tricks about style, image, and branding, but particularly I do a mini course of about 8 to 10 minutes on a particular topic that's usually a very timely subject matter for the fashionista at heart. So Slay Baes, tell me, what are you going to incorporate into your strategy and your slay goals for the next year? Go ahead and put them in the comments. I'd love to hear your feedback about today's video and what you're going to take away to incorporate for 2025. And while you're in the comments, as we are rounding out this year, I would love to know what topics you want to hear more about from me on this channel. So please take the time to go in the comments. Let me know what you think about the channel so far, and let me know what you want to hear more of or see more of in the future. I'm looking to blow this thing up in 2025. It's going to be an unprecedented year, and only you can help me do that by sharing what it is that you need and what it is that you want. Now I'm going to close out, and I want you to know that I love you, love you, love you for watching, and I look forward to your likes, your shares, your comments, and subbies. Yes, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I really appreciate it. And until next time, you know it's good. Choose love and slay all day.